Alright, well today is April 10th and I'm going to be up-potting that trio back there since the wife was jealous that only my pepper got the 15-gallon pot. She said, what about my guys? And I guess I did not say that in the last update. All these flowers are hers, so this apple blossom geranium, lipstick, 2 lavenders, and then I think everything else I planted. Also got a few more berries coming up, so probably pick those in a while. So this is mostly going to be on how to up pot some of these plants. Also 5 and 10-gallon containers, and then I'm also going to up pot a couple of these peppers because I did trim some of them. But I'm going to up pot this habanero, and I think I'm going to have to get rid of this guy. Doesn't look like he's coming back, so I'm going to investigate the soil to see what's going on in there. Alright, so for now, I guess I gotta make my way to the dump. Alright, so it looks like we've arrived at the dump. Looks like there's a big fresh pile of compost. See right here, compost, and we got mulch over there. So I'm gonna be filling up these 15-gallon grow bags to be able to up pot everything into a much bigger place. And I know most people would say to use different stuff such as perlite and actual mixes made for, potting plants. But this is a bit of an experiment that I'm running. Compost is always used as an amendment, and now I'm using it as a base. So all this live organic matter should definitely help the plants grow bigger. Alright, so I filled all these up basically as much as I could, or as much as my car allows me, because I don't have a big car. But I'm going to be putting in 10-gallon, 7-gallon, and 5-gallon plants already, so they'll make up for the space of the difference. Alright, time to get out of here. Alright, well, we loaded everything from the car. Now it's going to be time to start transplanting. So I have all these extra bags right here. So I could throw the mulch in there. And I think I'm actually going to use them as well to hold. Yeah, so the wife definitely wants this in there. So we'll start off with this one. So, like with most plants, or almost all plants, when you transplant, you want to be careful when you set them into their new location. Oh, that smells good. When you put them in their new location, you gotta make sure that they're aligned with the soil line. If you add more dirt than what they currently have, covering this area right here called the crown, then the plant can end up slowly dying. And that's not good. So, clear out all this wood chip as much as I can. And you here, looks like you're a part of it, but the good thing about these is that it was watered last Monday, and today's Friday, so it's had a few days to dry up, whereas the rest of these plants got water yesterday. So the methodology here is going to be that it's already very close to the level that it's going to be at. So I'm just gonna fill the bottom. And then from there, I'll start getting it out of the pot. And it's just an eyeball measurement. For the most part, yeah, I'd say that's almost there because we got a good couple of inches of clearance. So, a couple of inches down. And there's also like maybe half an inch of difference there. Let's throw one more scoop. Sounds like the neighborhood dog's at it again. But we'll just ignore that. Now the best way to get these out that I found is to turn it on its side. Start loosening it up. So now, bring it in here. Let all that stuff come out. Gently tap it out. I guess I'm being a little bit more harsher than gentle. But for the most part, this is gonna stay together. Well, it looks like it's falling apart, but we can see the main roots, because this is a transplanted plant that I bought. So you can see that the main roots are here, and everything else, yeah, he wants to come up, and everything else is just a support. So now, lift and push it out. I'll pull this back. I'm losing a bit of dirt here. Looks like it's a lot more moisture than I previously thought. Alright. Let's see how big this fruit ball is. Okay. So, it's starting to get big. So we'll go ahead and leave that here. And you're just gonna have to regrow back, buddy. Everything else in here looks good. This already has extra amendments, so this is just gonna be a simple transfer. Throw that to the side and come back in. And that seems to be pretty close. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's perfect. The soil level might actually be a bit high. Let's dig it in just a bit more. And push it down. Okay, so that's our soil level goal. And well, I guess I got lucky that it's still relatively new. Or I guess the same spot, because if it would have been filled to the brim with roots here, then the whole thing would have came out as one. But anyway, it's gonna be time to backfill this and not lose the line of soil. Give it a little bit of a push. All right. So just a little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit more. Especially on the sides. Make sure that it's level as they can be. All right. Looks good. I'm gonna have to go look for more mulch. It's one down, a few more to go. The process is the same. I'd say if anything, this is the biggest one that kind of looked like a failure. But you know, got it back towards the end. Mulch it up and then we'll see how everything looks at the end. Alright, so while the time lapse is going, I just wanted to say that this was a new microphone that I was trying out. And unfortunately, it was only recording in mono audio. So you can kind of hear the difference between mono and stereo. It was sponsored by the Wi-Fi, but as of right now, it looks like I've already fiddled with the settings and it should be okay for next video. So, I mean, other than that, you know, this is just a time lapse of what I did, and then we'll continue with the rest right now. So I completely forgot that I have some Dynamico fungi inoculant I could have added to those plants, but here we are. Things happen, as they say. So now, hopefully this should be a much better, almost died here, a much better representation of what a full root system looks like. And I should have enough dirt for one more. So, besides this one, so I guess we'll see. No more sticks. Oh yeah, you're feeling pretty, oh, you're feeling pretty light. I watered you yesterday. What's going on in here? Alright, there it is. Grab the whole thing. Now I do not want it in that one. First, transplant all the, or transfer all the nutrients. Because when I did pot these up a while ago, I added some extra bone meal and blood meal. Now, we're just a little shake. But these guys do make a big difference. Get some good coverage. Alright. Yeah, they have to be making direct contact with the roots. So, it's definitely got them. Okay. And now, backfill. Try to get this as best I can here. Throw some on the top for now. And give some love to this side. Then lastly, the side that it's leaning on. Alright, kind of flatten this out. Same stuff applies. Do not want to cover up the part that I grabbed. It should be right here. This guy is leaning quite a bit. So that's partially why I have this bamboo stick here. Right there. I think I'm gonna add some extra dirt to hold them there. All right. Yeah. Had this guy ready for basically 3 years. This is his 3rd year. And he's one of the best producers. So he's gonna get the best. Just give you some mulch. Right onto this one too. Not spill it all. Oh, and the one he already had. All right. So, pretty sure he's gonna be happy. I gotta lift him. Oh yeah. Definitely gonna be the talk. And then this one. These are the ones I trimmed up. But I think this one has a much better chance. Alright, so bit of a distraction there, but it's time to finish up here. This is a jalapeno plant. I am 95% certain it is. I don't really label too many things. If it grows, it grows. Just like nature. But, you know, it does get a little bit confusing sometimes. Especially last season when I grew the Carolina Reapers, Scorpion Trinidads, and the ghost peppers. And they're all red peppers. So, I had a taste to find out what was what. And while it was enjoyable, I would not recommend it to anybody who does not have a good spice tolerance. Alright. I think that should be good enough. Let's make that divot. It almost looks the same as I had it, but see. See, our crown is right there too. Throw this on top. Yeah, this one showing all the signs of it retaining the moisture. Not sure what was up with my habanero. So I'm gonna keep a real close eye on them. Just almost like you would a small plant. Oh. Very moist still. Very moist. So I guess I'll just rip it out this way. Shit. Okay, this looks like a good one. Alright. So cutting out here. See that. This is gonna be a big reconstruction here. Looks to be at a good level. And I think this might be all I have space for. Or in terms of have dirt for. And if I were to stop spilling it, that'd be great. Good. Definitely hold a little bit more dirt, especially on that side. Probably do a little bit more. Alright, so making sure to leave that crown exposed. And I did not use any of these. Being distracted is dangerous. Well, either way, it's still compost is alive. I just wanted it to get huge faster. Oh well. Yeah, there's all the mulch I have left too, so it'll definitely be the last plant. Well, at least you can not claim favoritism to my plants over my wife's plants, because I really wanted some jalapenos. Because you can see quantity is not the problem. Well, actually, it kind of is a problem. It's more of a... I only have maybe 3 jalapeno plants. And the rest are mostly ghost pepper, actually. I had a lot of ghost pepper last season. Alright, so I'll probably give these some water. And I think that'll be it. Alright, so this is going to be it for today's video log. I'm only going to be watering the peppers because the other plants don't really need too much water. And I'm going to water them in a couple of days. So this one really concerned me, so I'll give it the full tank. Actually, I'll give it just enough. Because this one doesn't really need that much either. Since you were already very moist. Alright, that's gonna be everything. Little update here. This is almost ready to come out. You got some flowers on this, most likely Serrano. Trinidad with some flowers as well, even though it's looking a little weak. So I'll have to investigate that. Some nutrients, some buds right here as well. I also did a lot of trimming, so a lot of the dead wood is around on the ground, especially these right here. And I mean, this is barely the beginning half of April, so once it heats up more, I'm pretty sure this will get all green as it once was. Alright, so that's it for today.